everyone. It's Lisa Vanderkwaak here. I wanted to pop on because I was thinking today about how our thinking style, that's kind of funny. I was thinking today how our thinking style actually can hinder our progress. Not sure if you were aware of this, but how you think about processing obstacles and how you approach obstacles and failures, and even how you explain failures that happen in your life can be an indicator of your future potential. So it's really important that you become aware of how you explain things away. Now, the two thinking styles, this is research based, but I want you to think about which one are you? Which one do you have? Are you a person who thinks sometimes with failure that it's your fault, that if only you had done this, if only you had been smarter, if only you had more education? Or do you see it as something that is within your control? That's something that you can do next time to change it. So the one thinking style is a pessimistic, the other thinking style is an optimistic thinking style. Now, have you ever wondered when you see maybe two people who've grown up in a similar background, similar education, maybe similar experience, environment, but yet one seems to excel and the other one doesn't? Have you ever wondered why that is? You could break it down and say, well, let's look at the steps that one person took, the person who succeeded, and see if we can learn from that. Or you could actually go back further than that and tap into the processes of why they even thought about taking those steps. And that's really the key, because research says that the edge that people who are most successful have on those who are not is actually in their thinking style, in their thought processes. Now, the good news is you can learn to be an optimist. And I can hear it right now. Some of you are already saying, well, yeah, but I don't want to be too optimistic, because I know those people who are so optimistic that they don't look at reality and they just deny reality. Yes, there are people like that as well, where they don't have a grasp on reality. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people who approach an obstacle. Maybe they've had a failure, and they take a step back and say, okay, why did I fail? And what they do is that they explain that failure in terms of things that they can control. They look at ways that they can actually control for the next time, because they believe that just because I failed today doesn't mean I need to fail tomorrow. Just because I failed this time doesn't mean I'll fail next time. Whereas a pessimistic thinking style is the opposite. They blame the failure on as a personal deficit, as a personal flaw that you have, and that it's unchangeable. So this is really, really important if you want to move to the next level, maybe get a job promotion, or have a fantastic relationship, or begin to put plans in motion to fulfill your dream. Why was I thinking about this today? Well, I was thinking about it because my mom's birthday is on this weekend, and my mom is no longer on the earth. She passed, and she's in heaven now. One of the greatest gifts that she gave me was an example of an optimistic thinking style, an optimistic life in terms of how she approached obstacles. Now, what I'm about to tell you, I've never actually shared on Facebook Live ever before, but I'm going to share this with you because it's really important for you to understand the value and the power of developing an optimistic life, an optimistic thinking style. My mom married young. She was 19 years old, and she had 8 children. And from the earliest time of her marriage onward, she was in a very, very abusive relationship with my dad. Extremely abusive. I won't go into detail about all that was entailed in that, but it was very traumatic, very abusive, very emotionally traumatic for us kids. And yet, and to many respects, she probably felt trapped every day. But yet, I never saw that about her. I saw her smile. I saw her encourage me. I saw her speak life and paint a better future for me in the words that she spoke and the dreams that she talked about. And at the right time, she actually took action. She was not one who looked at it and said, well, this is my lot in life forever and ever. She tried to remedy the situation, tried to change the situation as much as she could that was in her control. Obviously, for the first part, was just to protect her children. But eventually, she had put a plan in motion and she was able to leave that relationship and go on and do things that made her heart soar, things that she always wanted to do, and begin to live life fully as much as she could. And that was because she had somehow developed this optimistic mindset. And she had instilled that in me growing up as well. And I've often been asked by people, in fact, I was interviewed not too long ago on a television program, and they asked, because they were listening to some of my life story, they asked, wow, how did you come out of those circumstances and be so emotionally healthy today and be in, emotionally healthy relationships? And I would have to say there's a number of reasons. Obviously, my faith and transformation of my life had a lot to do with that. But one of the other things was the optimistic thinking pattern processes that my mom instilled in me that gave me hope for a better future at a very young age. So what kind of a thinking style do you have? And the good news is, if you don't have an optimistic thinking style today, you can learn one, you can develop one. I want to encourage you to look around you, look at the people in your sphere of friendship, your network, and see what kind of a thinking style they have. And be around people who have a grasp of reality, but are solution oriented, have an optimistic mindset, and are really forward thinking people. And then you'll be able to walk in that same kind of lifestyle and move forward and fulfill the dreams that God has for you to fulfill. Hope this has been helpful. Let me know your comments and questions down below. And thanks so much for watching the replay for those of you who are afterwards. Have a great day.